Hello and welcome back to the Tea and the Butty podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And this is our pop culture news and quiz week. We're gonna try and do a quiz every week, I think.
Yeah. I've made you a little quiz.
Yeah, it's my turn next week for the quiz. That's great. Looking forward to that. This is gonna be our pop culture what's been going on this month.
Yeah.
And mostly it's the award shows. It's like award show season, isn't it now?
Yeah. Pop culture, not a whole lot going on this month besides the award shows.
No pop culture at all.
And news is just...
They're having a break. They're on strike.
Negative. Everything...
There's nothing fun anymore.
Negative you could possibly think of.
You just doom scrolling. You call it's doom scrolling. People just going, oh no, it's doom. It's just doom and gloom all the time. Yeah. Oh no. So we've cherry picked the least doomiest and the least gloomiest.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's true for my quiz, but maybe for
oh great. Looking forward to that at the end of this one. Anyway, the award shows, the BAFTAs were.
Oh yeah.
A couple of nights ago.
Now, are the BAFTAs like?
They're kind of
like the Academy Awards?
They're kind of like
more like the Golden Globes.
They're a mixture of the two, I think.
Okay.
They're mostly though more like the Academy Awards, the Oscars.
It's just movies.
No,
or is it TV also?
There's TV, but it's mostly movies. Yeah.
Okay. Because the Golden Globes, it's TV and film.
Yeah.
And then the Emmys is just TV, and then
I guess it is more like the Golden Globes then.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Oscars are just truly about film, aren't
they? Is it the only thing they have in Britain though, or do they have a separate like version of?
I think they have the National Television Awards.
Oh yeah.
The NTAs, but the BAFTAs are like the bigger.
Yeah.
One. They attract international talent as well.
What are the Brit Awards?
That's for music.
Oh, okay.
It's the Brit. That's the Brit Awards. Yeah. I just recently put up a performance by the Spice Girls at the Brit Awards in 1997.
Oh, that was the Brit Awards. Yeah.
that was where that was where she Jerry Halliwell had her famous dress, her famous Union flag dress.
Basically,
it was a Gucci dress that she got an old tea towel from the market and sewed on the Union Jack to it, and just that's how she rocked it up,
It was literally... I thought you were joking with
that. No. It was apparently... She found it down the market and she was like, I'm going to put a flag on this and we're going to do the Brit Awards. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool Britannia, and that it became an iconic dress then,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, I think that's kind of what you associate with the
is the flag.
Yeah.
It's the flag dress, yeah.
It was just like, oh yeah, cool Britannia.
Cool Britannia, it was like... That was really a thing back then.
And everybody wanted those
platform
Jeffrey Campbell Union Jack platform, lace-up boots,
Oh, I don't know if she wore them at the Brits.
I don't know if she did. Is that even a Spice Girl thing? But I
the
remember that
platform
was a
shoes
thing back then,
came in with them. They were all wearing them.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, all the girls at my school wanted a pair of platform shoes."
Yeah, well, I had them.
And
and
it's like, but these girls were like freaking. Some of them were quite tall girls, so they were putting platform shoes on. They were even taller then.
No, they were good for me.
Take those shoes off. They're not regulation.
They were good for me because they made me taller,
Well, yes, it worked. It worked the charm for the short girls, yes. But the BAFTAs, they were hosted by David Tennant. I don't know if anyone knows David Tennant internationally.
I mean, if you watch Doctor Who...
If you watch Doctor Who, yes, you'll know who he is.
You probably know who David Tennant is. If you're a big Harry Potter
you'll remember he's
fan.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah. But really... Oh, actually, he did come on over here, didn't he? He did Broadchurch over here.
Yeah, but who remembers that?
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know if you remember
Grace Point,
Broadchurch.
I think it was called, wasn't it?
That was one of the early things that went viral in Britain and crossed over the internet to America, and so they had to make a version over here. Why they didn't just release... I think they did actually release the British version of Broadchurch.
I think it came on PBS.
I think maybe they released it after they had already created the American one, but
yeah,
that was pretty early on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For like, I mean,
2012 or something.
As far as like, we talk about in the podcast a lot how the internet has sort of is bringing the world together insofar as entertainment anyway, or trends, stuff like that. People see, oh, they're talking about this on social media. What's that all about? How come we don't? Where can I see that? I want to know what's going on there,
Yeah.
And I think that happened with Broadchurch pretty early on.
It was a hit show in ITV, and of course Twitter was in its infancy then.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have been on Twitter.
Yeah, it was Twitter, and people were talking about it, and of course the algorithm wasn't really set up back then to like divide from, like, oh, this is British Twitter and that's American Twitter, so everybody was getting everything. It was kind of like TikTok is.
Yeah.
Before they've got we've got to put the geo blocks on and train the algorithm to only send American content to Americans and British content to British people, and but yeah, because everybody was talking about Broadchurch, so I was like, what is Broadchurch on? What's this?
Yeah.
And yeah, people were like, oh, it's a
it was so popular, they made it over here, and they pretty much remade it exactly.
They remade it exactly, and everybody was like, well, I've seen this
character.
now.
Yeah.
He was playing the same character, except he had an American accent. No, he wasn't the same character. He was Alec Hardy or something.
They must have they had already released the British version then over here before they did the American.
Yeah, they did.
Because I do remember people going, I've already seen this.
And they made a twist, and I remember when the twist happened, it wasn't the person in the British version, it was another person. They put up a little like chevron or something, but you didn't see that coming or something, and everybody was like,
what
what are you talking about? Yes, they did. They was like, haha, see, you thought it was going to be this guy, but it wasn't. We switched it up on you. It wasn't John, it was Mary.
Yeah,
and it was just like,
so long since we watched that.
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago now.
But yeah, I do remember, and everybody was like, what? That was
and everybody was like, that was weird, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll get next week, we'll talk about weird pop culture moments.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, next time we do pop culture.
Yeah, next week.
No.
It's next week?
This is pop culture week.
This is pop culture week.
So next month.
You're going to have to wait a whole month for this. Sorry about that. I'm getting confused about this new format.
This new format.
Just throwing me off. Don't know where I am. But yeah, David Tennant hosted and kicked it off with a rendition of The Proclaimers' 500 Miles. Yeah. And he got everyone in the audience singing it. And James McAvoy, Selena Gomez, Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
Camila Cabello. I want to say Camilla Cabello for some reason. But yeah, the best film at the BAFTAs was Conclave. I've never seen it. I don't know what it's about. The best actress was Mickey Madison for Honora. I've got a list up here.
We haven't really been keeping up with these things.
No. The best they had Honora as and The Brutalist and A Complete Unknown and Amelia Perez in the categories.
Oh yeah. And
then they have an outstanding British film category, which Conclave won.
Those are basically all the same films that are nominated for Oscars, I think. Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul was nominated for the outstanding British film as well.
Oh, not for animated.
Yeah.
I think it usually gets nominated for best animated, doesn't it?
Yes.
Wallace and Gromit films, yeah.
Leading actor, the winner was Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Timothy Chalamet was up for it with Complete Unknown, but he didn't win. Hugh Grant was up for it too, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. Supporting actress was Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. Yeah. She won. Supporting actor was Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain.
Oh, I think he won the Golden Globe as well.
He won the Golden Globe and he won the SAG.
Yeah, has
well.
anybody seen that film? I think that seems like something we might need to check out, actually. I heard, what's the guy's name who directed it?
Jesse Eisenberg.
I heard an interview with him on NPR one night, and he was talking about the film. And he's just such a well-spoken guy, I don't know. I was like, I think I like him. Just based on the way he talked alone, you kind of like click with the person. It's like, oh, yeah. I feel like I like this guy. Yeah. But anyway, it sounded like an interesting premise. So let us know if you've seen it and what you thought.
Yeah. Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, that won for animated film.
Okay, yeah.
And it won for children's and family film too. So they're going to probably clean the board at the Oscars.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I can't think of any other
best film, best Wallace, best actor.
Best Wallace.
Best dog, Gromit.
I can't really think of any other animated films that
best villain,
been out
Feathers McGraw.
Lately. I don't know.
Inside Out 2, Flow, The Wild
that.
Robot, that was up for animated film.
I haven't seen either of those Inside Out movies. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean all of
all the awards
for thing. The SAG Awards.
The SAG
Conclave
Awards were
won
just this past weekend, right?
Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture.
Conclave, yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's probably on track for.
Yeah, we need to look that up.
Timothée Chalamet won for outstanding performance by a male actor.
I saw that. Oh, I'm so glad.
Demi Moore in The Substance won.
I've
for
heard
lead actor.
Terrible things about that movie.
Demi Moore, well, apparently she really went for it in that movie.
Yeah, people say it's very, very messed up. Like,
Kieran Culkin again. Jonathan Bailey was up for Wicked.
Oh, was he?
Cynthia Erivo was up for Wicked too.
Oh.
Pamela Anderson was up for The Last Showgirl. So. Female actor in a supporting role was Zoe Saldana again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, these are indications of who's going to win the Oscar, aren't they?
The Fall Guy won for stunt ensemble.
That's so funny. You guys, if you haven't seen The Fall Guy, you should really watch it. It's
pretty funny.
It's quite a funny little movie, yeah.
Yeah. Drama series Shogun.
Oh, yeah, we need to check that out.
The Diplomat, maybe. Bridgerton, The Day of the Jackal, and Slow Horses were up for it, but Hiroyuki Sanada won for, this is TV now, in Shogun. He won. Shogun, yeah.
Shogun won all the Golden Globes too, I think. Or was it the Emmys? Comedy
performance. Outstanding performance by an ensemble was Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Short won. Female actor in a comedy series. Selena Gomez wasn't nominated for it, was she? Jean Smart, Hacks.
I mean, her role is not really funny, is it, in that show? She's kind of the straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. I guess so, yeah. Outstanding performer by a male actor was Colin Farrell for The Penguin. He won. Yeah. Richard Gadd was up for Baby Reindeer because Jessica Gunning, who played the woman in it.
Yeah.
She won.
Oh.
So yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, there we go. That was it for that. For the awards. So I think they're going to be on track. I think Conclave are probably going to maybe have a good shot.
Let's look that up. I don't even know. Look it up quickly. What is it even about? I have to tell you, I can't do like really hardcore drama at the moment. I don't think.
It's a political thriller film.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it stars Ray Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow, Sergio Castellito, and Isabella Rossellini.
Okay, well, thriller.
And it's in the film Cardinal Thomas Lawrence organizes a conclave to elect the next pope and finds himself investigating secrets and scandals about the major candidates. So it's like a...
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
It looks like it's...
I mean, that sounds watchable.
One. Yeah.
I just don't think I can do, like...
I think he's drawing on his experience. Tragical.
Drama.
Tragical.
You know what I mean?
Drama,
yeah.
Tragic
really,
drama.
Like really sad, depressing, dark. I can't handle any of that right now.
Yeah, no. No,
There's too much going on.
It's not good at all.
I need some light toey relief.
That's an in-joke. I mean, if you've been with us for a long time, you'll probably know what it's all about by now. But yeah, no, I think Ralph Fiennes was drawing on his experience in the 2010 series Rev with Tom Holland.
Oh, I thought you were going to say...
Tom Hollander. Not Tom Holland.
Oh, yes. Tom Hollander.
Tom Hollander. Yes.
Ralph Fiennes was in Rev?
Yeah, he was the Bishop of London.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, they called him the Dark Lord and everything, you know?
Yeah.
You know, just...
I thought you meant...
And they were like, oh, well, we have to get Ralph Fiennes now.
I thought you were going to say, oh, he's drawing on his experience working with the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah. Well, he didn't actually work with the Ministry.
He didn't work
He
for
worked
them.
to bring down the Ministry.
He didn't... No, he wanted to control it, didn't he? A little bit like somebody else we know at the moment.
Yeah. I wouldn't call the somebody else we know a Dark Lord, though. He's a bit of a...
twat.
Yes! There you go. Your first sweary word on the podcast. I think you'll all know who we're talking about. Anyway, on to some maybe exciting news. Microsoft is unveiling Marjorana 1. Yeah. And do you know what that is? It's its first quantum computing chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've created a new form of matter, basically, is what they said.
Programmable matter.
What I saw...
No, it's not.
What I saw was, it's an... Oh, what do they call it now? It's a little bit... You know, I'm not a super sciencey person, so it's a little bit above my head, but it sounds really interesting. If they are able to do this, then it can potentially make machines that can heal themselves, is from what I understand. I mean, in theory.
This chip, it features a topological core architecture. It promises to change the tech world and accelerate the timeline for commercialized quantum systems. And Microsoft have estimated between 2027 and 29 as the timeline for the first commercial quantum computers to be on the market.
Yeah.
And they can basically, like, you know, take a lot of information at once. You know, people are like, oh, well, you know, if they manage to get these on the market, the cure for cancer might be here.
Yeah.
The cure for, you know, they can solve all the world's social problems and economic problems, and it's everybody's kind of like, ooh, can it though?
Yeah.
You know, but you know, that's what they're excited about, and Microsoft seem to have leapfrogged over competitors like IBM and Google, who appear to be leading the race to build a quantum computer. They're all like, that's what they're pumping everything into now, but Microsoft are, well, we've got a chip, and we're a couple of years, and it's done.
Yeah. And
everybody's like, what? You know, wait a minute, it's going to take us at least 30 years to do this.
The video I saw said something about making machines and fabric that can heal itself.
Programmable. There's like, oh, we're gonna have programmable matter, like in Star Trek. You know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the possibilities of this is endless.
Yeah.
You know.
Very interesting.
You know, so it's a step into the future.
Yeah.
Quantum computing.
I thought you were gonna say a step in the right direction, and it's like questionable.
It is a step in the right direction, but. You know, depending if people will want to take a step back, you know.
Well, and you have to consider man.
Man.
Yeah.
Man is everywhere. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Man tends to...
We're looking on the bright side of this.
Man tends to take these technologies that should be used for the betterment of society and the world,
and they want to create quantum torpedoes and stuff with it. Yeah,
and they use it for evil, basically.
Yes.
So we'll see. Anyway,
speaking of quantum torpedoes, it's EastEnders 40th anniversary live episode was broadcast really, and you know everybody loved it. They had it up in Box Park and everything like that. You know, they had it up in like in like these places, and then, you know, they were showing people who were like having these massive live events. They were showing it on the big screen. People going, no, you know, like it was a sporting event.
What?
It was just hilarious, you know, because
it's their what anniversary?
40th anniversary, 1985. It began. Yeah, it began the year before I was born.
I mean, 40's not such a big year, is it?
It's not. I mean, the 30th anniversary, I don't know what they did for it, but the 40th one is like, they blew up the Queen Vic.
Oh yeah.
Which is the main pub of the thing. They blew the whole place up, and you know there was a big tragedy. People were trapped under things. Sharon was trapped underneath things, and one of the legacy characters, as we like to call him, Martin Fowler. He was, spoiler alert, he was killed off. And everybody was like, oh no, Martin, oh not Martin. You know? But, you know, it's like he's been played by 3 different actors over the course of the thing. You know, it's like, but he's been on the show. He was born, the character was born on the show. You know, like he was the first born character on the show, you know, to Arthur and Pauline, who are both dead now.
And so he's supposed to be 40 now?
Yeah, he's supposed to be, my age, I guess. Yeah, I remember him as a kid. I remember because my mother was very into soap operas, you know, she was very into every kind of soap opera there was in the English language world. You know, soap operas from America. She didn't really rate the ones from Australia so much. I think she watched Sons and Daughters maybe, but, you know, the British, the big 3 soaps like EastEnders, Emmerdale and Coronation Street, she was all over.
Yeah.
So, you know, I remember watching EastEnders and always seeing the character of Martin, who was the same age as me, and they were always telling him, Martin, go upstairs! Martin, go upstairs! And that's all you see from him, because he was a kid then. Yeah. And the kid just running upstairs, you know, and that was it. And it was like, then he came back later on and they wrote, you know, and there was a different, played by a different actor.
Does it come on every day?
It used to, I think. I think they're stopping doing that now because, you know, it's like...
Soap operas over here. So, like you said...
They were prime time.
This Martin is supposed to be approximately your age. Yeah. Like, time goes so slow on soap operas over here. Like, if you watch a daytime soap opera, which I don't even know, do daytime soap operas still exist? I don't even know.
I'm presuming they do.
I don't know.
They do in Britain. There was Doctors.
But it was like, you know, one episode was like just a few hours in a day, and then the next day's episode would like pick up exactly where that one left off. And even kind of like a little bit of what we'd already seen, and it just moved. They moved so slow. Like you could miss weeks at a time and not really miss anything.
It's kind of like a floating timeline in soap operas in Britain. I mean, they acknowledge like the outside world of time. You know, say like a character's been around for years and years, and then he dies, and he says blah 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 blah. Like, you know, Mike Baldwin dying on Coronation Street, going on about Deirdre loves me and all that. Yeah. And it was like, that was a long time ago. You know, and it was a long time ago in like the 70s. Oh. You know? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if they like acknowledge what year it is or whatever, you know, sometimes, but it's kind of like they exist in their own pocket universe. Soap operas seem to, you know, like everything, you know, time is like, if you leave this Coronation Street, that's it, you've left the bubble, you know?
Are these soap operas available anywhere to Americans to watch?
BritBox have, because I mean, BritBox have like, I don't know if they have like the classic episodes, but they have like the current episodes. Oh, you know? Yeah. And I think it goes back to like only like a couple of years ago. Yeah. But yeah, no, because
like when BritBox started, or
maybe.
Something.
Or not even, you know,
well, like... I mean, who's going to go back and watch 40 years worth of episodes?
My God, there's got to be 1,000 episodes of, like, EastEnders or something. Yeah. There's well over 1,000. Yeah. You know, considering, you know. And it's like, you know, classic EastEnders. There used to be a channel in Britain on Sky Network, but I think they changed to Freeview then, called the Granada Channel. And they used to show classic Coronation Street, and it was classic Coronation Street from, like, the 70s. Yeah. When everything was in colour. Because I think they may have either lost a load of episodes from like the 60s, because it started in 1960, Coronation Street.
How? But you said this is the 40th.
No, I'm talking. That's Coronation Street. I'm talking about that's EastEnders. I'm talking about Coronation Street.
Okay.
Different soap opera. EastEnders. I don't know if there's ever been like repeats of classic EastEnders. I don't know. Someone might be able to fill me in on that. I've never seen like them repeat. Like, oh, EastEnders from 1986, or
Yeah.
Maybe they'll repeat a classic episode here and there, but it's kind of like.
Yeah.
It's storylines.
Soap operas.
People who are my age, people have to be like in their 50s to remember it, really,
Yeah.
Or be avid soap opera watchers like my mother, who like, long gone now. But yeah. Speaking of crazy plot lines and stuff like that, we've got Alec Baldwin and his...
Oh, God, yeah.
Alec Baldwin and Hilaria Baldwin have a reality show on TLC.
Yeah, and you...
They must have made them enough, because I can't imagine Alec Baldwin saying, yeah, okay, in the midst of this trial where I'm on trial for murder, I'm trial for my life here.
We have not seen
Let's
it.
bring the cameras in.
We need to preface this conversation with the fact that we have not seen this reality show. I don't even know how many episodes there's been or anything, but I just saw that, yeah. They apparently, the first episode started, I don't know if it was the first episode or whatever, but they started filming, like, just before he went on trial.
I don't know, yeah. I mean...
Why would you want to...
Yeah, let's do that.
They had already been signed on.
They must have put down, like,
surely.
okay, we're going to pay you $100 million for this show.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, can't really turn that down.
Unless you think they were already somehow signed on to do it when
maybe,
that happened.
Maybe they were, yeah.
And it was like a contract and then he had to do it. I would have been like, I'm buying myself out of this contract. Like, I am not.
Oh, they would have. With the news and stuff. They would have been like, "Yeah, we're going to sue you."
Can you imagine?
This is juicy.
What their lives were like? I mean, it kind of makes you want to watch in like a morbid curiosity kind of a way, but
it's just going to be Alec Baldwin shouting and saying, "I didn't do it."
Why is he going to be shouting?
He's always shouting, Alec Baldwin, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't associate
his ex-wife or whatever put up all that kind of stuff. You see, it's all out there. His ex-wife played tapes of
oh God,
she Oksana or something.
No, it was a voicemail he left his daughter.
Oh, it was his daughter.
Yeah, you're thinking of
Mel Gibson. Another shouty man.
It was his daughter put up a voicemail that he left him where he left her, where he was calling her a pig and stuff. Yeah.
I was thinking of Mel Gibson's ex, Oksana. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
He left her a voicemail and ranting. Another shouty man. Yes. But yeah, no, I can see him going off the handles. Oh, these cameras here. What are these cameras? What do we have all these cameras for?
I don't know. I don't associate Alec with being like a really shouty kind of guy. Is his wife an actress? Who is she?
Hilaria?
Yeah. Is she a model? Is she anything?
I think she's a model.
Because it feels like it was probably her that went to the reality show. Didn't she have
something?
Yeah, I feel like it.
It was
like
something
a cooking show or something?
No, she had some kind of controversy.
Matthew McConaughey's wife.
Matthew McConaughey. No, she had some kind of controversy where she tried to claim she was native or something, or Spanish.
Oh, I don't.
It was something she tried to claim she was Spanish, and you were like, "No, you're not Spanish, Han." Oh,
I was like that.
No, everybody was like, "No,
no."
You're as white as the pure-driven snow, Han. Or something. It was something like that.
Her name is Hilaria.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked it up. But
there was some sort of controversy.
There was some sort of controversy about
it,
and people were like, "No, she's not. She's from Utah or something like that." And she tried to claim like she had like some kind of heritage.
Yeah,
and they were all like, "No, we think you're lying."
Yeah, we'd have to look it up. I don't know.
We've checked the computer, and the computer says no. Hilaria.
I mean, I think all those Baldwins are kind of
crazy Baldwins.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think Stephen is the craziest, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
they've got a table up. They've got like a chart where it goes up every.
Yeah.
But yes, and on to better things. Dolly Parton.
Oh, yeah.
Dolly Parton and Sabrina Carpenter. They collaborated on a version of Carpenter's hit Please, 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 where Dolly rewrote the lyric, didn't she? Or was that... I'm assuming Dolly rewrote the lyric.
We're assuming it was Dolly. We don't know. But either it was Dolly or Sabrina came to her senses with that lyric.
Well, yeah, someone let us know, because... Please, 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 don't embarrass me like the others.
Yeah. Yes, like the others.
And it's like that's an even better lyric than the original, anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's about and you don't have to change it then for the radio.
It was so.
The
video's cute. Sabrina's kind of got a little country thing going on. It just works really well.
She gets a guitar out, doesn't she?
I don't think so. No.
Oh. Well, I'm not watching it then.
But everybody's always comparing her to Dolly Parton for some reason. I guess just it's because she's small with
small,
big blonde hair.
I thought you were going to say big something else then. But I was like,
no. Big blonde
hair, and small, big blonde hair.
Yeah. Everybody, I always see that online. People are going, "Oh, she's giving Dolly vibes, Dolly vibes, Dolly vibes," and I'm like, "Well, she's not really she's not a country singer.
Yeah, no.
She's from Pennsylvania or something. I think
we do need to hear Sabrina do a cover of Jolene now.
I think she could. She has that little.
Get your jeans on. Get your guitar out.
I don't know what that.
Do Jolene.
What that particular style or technique, what the particular technique is called, where you can kind of, it's not vibrato, it's where you can quickly go up and down, up and down, up and down, back and forth, sort of like in a, like they used to always do in like classic country songs.
Yeah, like yodeling.
Sort of.
It's kind of like yodeling.
Yodeling vibes.
Yodeling.
She can do that. So I think she could pull off country. So, maybe that is what, I've never sat and listened to an entire Sabrina Carpenter album. I only know her hit songs, the ones that come on the radio.
Me Espresso. I think it's probably a great one, because especially that bit where it goes, do-do-do-do-do.
That was another lyric that apparently she was embarrassed about.
What, Me Espresso?
That's that Me Espresso, yeah.
Mountain Do It For You, I think is another one.
Yeah, that's another classic one.
Through the mountain, do it for you. Yeah.
Listen, I think she writes her own. She writes her own music. She writes her own lyrics and stuff. And for the most part, I think they're pretty good.
Well, they're better than Ed Sheeran. Or is it Rupert Grint? We never know now.
I love that she's got such a sense of humor in her writing. So I think she's Taylor Swift's biggest competition, actually, at the moment, in my opinion.
What have you done, Taylor? You've created a monster.
As far as her lyrics go, so she's allowed, a clunker every once in a while.
You're allowed a clunker, Sabrina. Don't
I think
worry.
she, you just hope, though. I would think, as a artist, that you have people around you who are being honest and going, "Oh, actually, that line doesn't really work," or that word is kind of stupid. Can you think of something else? That's why the Beatles were so good, because they had each other to do that. These solo artists, they usually get
is it really working?
Yes men,
Oh, the producers like, it's great. It's great. Yeah, I'll put my name down in this so I get the royalties from it. Great stuff, man.
Yeah. And if it were me, I would want someone going, "Ooh, that line's a little bit
weird
stupid."
And stupid. Well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
People who have recently, Roberta Flack.
People who have recently
died.
Yeah.
Roberta Flack.
No offense, but I didn't know she was still alive.
She was 88.
She was 88. Okay.
Yeah, she's known for hits like First Time I Ever Saw Your Face.
Yeah, that's a fabulous song.
Yeah, that was written by Ewan McCall for Peggy Seeger, his third wife.
Oh, yeah.
Peggy Seeger, half-sister of Pete Seeger, who featured prominently in A Complete Unknown.
Yeah.
He was, because Ewan McCall was kind of like the Scottish Pete Seeger. He was like he wrote some bangers.
Yeah.
Dirty Old Town. First time ever I saw your face, you know.
Yeah.
Finger in the ear, all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's
Great
such
stuff.
that's such a good song.
Yeah.
I'm just playing it in my mind now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Buckler, drummer with the Jam, he died. He was 69.
Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah.
69 is quite young.
And it's funny because everybody's talking about the Jam now and going, oh, yeah, the Jam, blah, blah. They never reformed. Paul Weller didn't want them to. But, you know, it's kind of like they came out at the time, they came out amidst the punk scene. And they were kind of like spearheaded the mod revival, which, funnily enough now, kind of like spearheaded the Northern Soul revival back then too. You know, they were a band that the Northern Soulers would have been into, you know, and Paul Weller was very into that kind of like era of music. And it's coming back on TikTok now. Yeah. It's coming up on TikTok and Americans are like, what is Northern Soul? Why are they dancing like Charlie Brown?
Yeah, the algorithm seems to be pushing Northern Soul dancing for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's, you know, because when I saw it, I was like, yeah. Seen all this before, mate. But I think you have a quiz for me, don't you?
I do have a quiz.
I think you do.
We're running low on time, so...
Doesn't matter.
Let's get to it.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Okay. Which singer is set to host the Tony Awards this year? And I'm giving you... Unless you want to just answer. Unless you just know the answer.
Okay, give me the thing. Because I had an answer ready, but...
Well, let's see what your answer was first.
Bob Dylan.
Okay. The Tony... You know what the Tony Awards are, don't you?
Yeah. Broadway.
Yeah.
The only thing Bob Dylan hasn't done yet. And he's going to host the Tony Awards.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising, would it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Kristen Chenoweth, John Legend, or Elton John?
It's got to be one of the two main players of, or the three main players of Wicked, hasn't it? Yeah. I'm going to say it's Cynthia Erivo.
Oh, ding, 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 ding,
yeah.
ding.
And I figured that because of Wicked, because Broadway, and, you know, it's been such a smash hit now.
Cynthia Erivo, who is up for an Oscar for her performance in the film Wicked, will host this year's Tony Awards on June 8th.
Margaret Hamilton came back from the dead and said she was fantastic.
I don't know what that means.
She was the original Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, right.
She says, couldn't have done a better job myself. And then she went back.
Okay, next question. A plane operated by a Delta Airlines subsidiary crashed and flipped after landing in which city?
Toronto.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yep, that's it.
What were you going to say? What was the...
Montreal, Juneau, Denver, Vancouver, or Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, I should have given you all time. Because, I mean, you're playing along with me, but I just instantly went to Toronto because I remember the footage of that.
Nobody died on that somehow,
Nobody died
right?
in it. And there was only one, weirdly enough, one video I saw of a guy being evacuated from it, you know, because it was upside down. And it was like, oh, you know.
Was it the pilot?
No, it was a passenger.
Apparently they haven't come out still.
And it's like, I can't believe nobody was on their phone or whatever like that. And it says, oh, we're coming in, crash. Oh, get my phone recording. All the.
It did. You didn't see that the woman. Well, she didn't film as it was happening, but she filmed. I think she was upside down, and she. It was a guy.
Herself. Oh, I only saw a guy.
Oh no, I saw
a guy who was like, "Oh, I just got off this plane and it crashed, and I didn't even know."
Yeah, no, I saw a woman.
Imagine being woken up from that. You're upside down in the plane.
She's in the plane,
and you're like, "Wait a minute."
She's in the plane, and the stewardesses are like,
"Yeah, everyone get out.
Everyone get out. Leave everything." Everything.
Yeah.
Can you imagine people trying to get their bags?
Oh, probably trying to get their bag. It's like that woman in. It's like, this is why we ask you to come here 2 hours before.
God.
Get your bags.
I mean, what a miracle that nobody was killed.
That was true. You know, yeah, because.
But yeah. Oh God, what happened here? It was Toronto. There was no official word on what caused the crash, but the plane approached the runway in windy conditions that former pilots described as challenging. All 80 people aboard the plane, which originated from Minneapolis, survived. Okay. The next one is, which of these performances did not happen at the SNL The Homecoming concert at Radio City Music Hall?
Oh, okay.
Cher, If I Could Turn Back Time. Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice. Neil Young, Rockin' in the Free World. Jimmy Fallon, Soul Man. Brandi Carlile, The Joke.
It was Snoop, wasn't it? Or was it Neil Young? I know Cher was there. Cher got up and did a stuff, I think.
I didn't realize. Yeah, did you see that clip of Kevin Costner watching her, and he's just got this big grin on his face, like he's looking at her like he's completely in love. It's so cute.
No, I'm gonna have to say Snoop Dogg.
It was Snoop.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer.
No.
Who was it?
It was Neil Young.
It was Neil Young.
The Free World. He performed it on SNL in the past, but not at the concert.
Yes.
Other performers were Arcade Fire, Backstreet Boys, Bad Bunny, Bonnie Raitt, Brittany Howard, Chris Martin, David Byrne, Dave Grohl, Eddie Vedder, Jack White, Jelly Roll, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, Lauryn Hill, Post Malone, Devo, Mumford & Sons, Snoop Dogg, St. Vincent, the B-52s, The Roots, Wyclef Jean, and more. So it was quite a concert. Apparently, I didn't realize that it was going to be available for us to watch, but apparently, I guess it's on Peacock.
Oh,
yeah.
It was going to be available, and then they just...
And also there were, like, SNL people, like, reprising their characters and doing performances. Like Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer.
Oh, yeah,
doing
yeah,
their church. Their church characters, you know, where they have... He's at the organ and stuff, or the keyboard, but it's, like, playing it like an organ. Tracy Morgan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that sounds pretty good. I might have to watch that. Okay, next one is, which state is currently experiencing a reported measles outbreak?
State?
Mm-hmm.
Measles outbreak?
Yeah.
You haven't got any multiple choice for me?
Mm-hmm. California, Texas, Delaware, Wyoming, or Arizona?
Is it Arizona?
Is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It's not Texas, is it? I haven't heard anything about Texas having a measles outbreak. Currently experiencing one. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to say... I'm going to say Arizona.
Okay. Wrong.
What?
At least 58 measles cases were reported in an outbreak in West Texas, incling some people who
you
said
did tell me that.
They were vaccinated.
You did tell me that. Why? Yeah, I remember you saying, West Texas measles outbreak.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And in Houston.
I'm okay because I've had the vaccine.
That just said West Texas, but what I heard on the radio said that there's been some reports in Houston also. Okay, and then... Oh, no, this is not the last one. Okay. Pope Francis was hospitalized in Rome with what condition?
You've got any...
Arteriosclerosis.
Mm.
COVID. Bilateral pneumonia. Cardiac arrhythmia. Or flu.
I mean, it's COVID, isn't it? Or...
heard this on the radio.
Yes, no, but it's they're calling it something. They're like, it's an asthmatic ailment.
They did say asthmatic. Yeah,
it's an asthmatic ailment, and it's just kind of like it sounds like COVID.
Yeah.
So, but the first what
the official diagnosis?
The official. What was the first one?
Arteriosclerosis, COVID, bilateral pneumonia, cardiac arrhythmia, or flu.
Let's say bilateral pneumonia.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It's bilateral pneumonia!
Yeah, I mean, but it's probably COVID, they're thinking.
An infection of both lungs. For older people, the condition can be grave. The Pope, 88, is missing part of one lung because of a pulmonary surgery in 1957.
Wow.
Yeah.
1957, yeah.
Yeah, God. And the last...
Yeah, how old is he now?
88, it said.
Oh, 88,
Yeah.
Oh.
The last question is...
last question. Better be a good one.
NASA is tracking an asteroid called 2024 YR4 that it says has about 1.5% chance of hitting Earth when? Next week, July 4th, February 21st, 2026, 2032, or 2125?
2032.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I read something about this. They're all talking about, what's the impact going to be like? Because it could be a mass extinction event.
In the unlikely event that the asteroid hits the Earth, it would be in 2032. Yeah. Earlier this week, the object, which scientists first detected in December, had a 3.1% chance of hitting Earth, the highest threat level ever recorded for a space rock. The odds have since fallen. Yeah,
because, that's what they think, killed the dinosaurs.
I thought they can break them up, though, now. I thought they have something that they can break it up with.
Oh, you're thinking we're in Star Trek?
Maybe.
We've got phasers and tractor beams to stop all this now. We've got planetary shields.
Direct it away from Earth.
Yeah. Just keep it all away. It's like, no.
But yeah, that's it. Let us know how you did if you were
I didn't do very well, apparently. I got them all...
I think you got 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6, not bad.
Or maybe even 5, I don't remember.
I don't know. I wasn't keeping score.
I wasn't keeping track either.
Well, that was a good quiz.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I just stole the questions from various other
I'm
quizzes.
probably going to do that too.
Your quiz was quite good considering you made up your own questions.
I made up my own questions from the pop culture life. And I will be doing it again probably now because I've set myself a precedent.
Anyway, thank you guys as always for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Give us a follow on social media if you don't follow us already. We are at TButty, TEABUTTY across all socials. Shout out to our patrons for their continued support. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll talk to everybody next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.